Good day. This is Cast Iron ASMR with Batman. And Lord Deathman. This here is a issue of the Batman 66 comic, the ongoing series. It's issue 21, where Batman and Batgirl travel to Japan to face Lord Deathman, whom he faced originally in the Bat manga that came out in the 60s. Jiro Kuwata was commissioned to make Batman comics in Japan. He wrote and illustrated them himself. So these came out at the same time as the TV show was coming out. It was a big hit worldwide and in Japan. They reprinted 3 volumes. This is his entire run. And it's fantastic. It being a manga, it's backwards. They didn't do anything. And last night, the last 2 nights, I read the Lord Deathman issues. He's the first villain to appear. Now, even though these were being made in Japan for a Japanese audience, the stories took place in Gotham. It's a new series. Same characters. But in chapter 1, Lord Deathman. Now, the majority of this is in black and white, but they had some pages with 2 colors. Batman, exclusive Japanese version. It says, even the strongest and wiliest villains are no match for Batman and Robin, the boy wonder. But then a monster that dwells in a nightmare appeared. Perk up your ears, you can hear him now. Lord Deathman is here. These are awesome. And I really like the art and the pacing, and it puts gotta put some of the American Batman comics to shame. It does a really good job. And I can't help when I read this. Look at this guy here. They're at a jewelry show. What he looks like. He reminds me of a character that would be in Speed Racer. And I found myself reading the dialogue in my head as if I was watching a Speed Racer episode. So like, take a deep breath and then everybody talks really fast. Welcome everybody to the jewelry show. This evening, Gotham City's finest jewelsmiths will showcase their most spectacular gems. Oh, just get on with it already. Anyhow, it's really neat. So, they're at a jewelry show. There's Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. I don't know who this lady's like. Oh, I know you. Bruce Wayne, you're a billionaire. You should buy that necklace. Or it's a gem. And Robin's like, you know, if Bruce bought every jewelry that every lady wanted, he would be broke. And the lady's like, wow, he's sure got a mouth on him. That boy, why you old hag? What? But then the lights go out. And there's laughing. Oh, we got a bit of color here. Actually, this looks like three color. You got black, the red, and this sort of brown thing. So there's skeletons. Skeletons on the ceiling. So you read this one, this one. What does it all mean? I am Lord Deathman. They all got guns. Machine guns. Everybody stay where you are, don't make a move, or you'll get a taste of this. Now I don't know if this guy got shot. Kind of thinking he missed. And then he jumps down. He's like, see, it's not a toy. Shines the light. Give me the jewels. Bruce and Dick are there. They don't want anybody to get hurt. So he's got the jewels and he's about to leave, but there's more skeletons. He says, don't move, because my henchmen are watching you from above. He rushes out. And when the lights come on, he's a trickster. The skeletons were just paint on black cloth with a phosphorescent glowing paint. So Dick and Bruce gotta go change. And he's on his way out, Lord Deathman. He's running out, he's got his gun. There's a guard. What? So he's shooting at the guard. This car's coming from behind him. Scream! Oh, his goons were waiting with the car. His goons shoot him down. Batman and Robin. This is really good. A really good comic. You can just watch it. Climbing down. They're like, oh no, there's no more water pipe. It's like a video game. Don't be silly, Robin. Look at the flagpoles. So they jump. So Lord Deathman. So it's really quick. They were jumping down. The car pulled up. They shot the guard. So it wasn't Lord Deathman. It was his goons. He's gone. And they take off. Batman and Robin just get to the ground. That's them. Oh, and then they're like, who is that? It's Batman. I don't care. Run over him. So when I first read this was the first story. I thought they were going to be in Japan, but they're not. And that's how they know. I mean, there's Batman, right? And then look, they're charging. They're going to run him over. But he throws his batarang. Shatter. Oh, Lord Deathman. Like, you fool, you let go of the steering wheel. Lord Deathman's car just ran into a wall. And the goons come out with their guns blazing. Robin, they're coming out. I'm on it. You're Robin. He's very capable. Throws his batarang. And Lord Deathman is getting away. Robin's going to take on the goons. Batman with his silken rope, pushes it over and trips. He doesn't trip him, strings him up. Strings up Lord Deathman. He's just laughing. Okay, Lord Deathman, you're immobilized. You can't run. This is pretty creepy. He's not upset at all. How's he going to escape? He's not worried. So that's it. And then we see, because then I was like, what's going on? What's going to happen? And then we see the court date. There's Lord Deathman and the judge. Batman's not even there. What's the deal with Lord Deathman's disguise? Why won't they make him take his mask and costume off? That's the weird thing. They can't get it off of him. What? Silence, the judge says. Bam, bam. Now the verdict on Lord Deathman. I sentence you to death. That's a good one. Sentence me to death. Ha 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 ha. Because those fools can execute him. He's already dead. And then they go to grab him, and he goes limp. Huh? And he falls down dead. He's dead. His breathing and pulse has stopped. See, now we know that Batman and Robin aren't there because they're elsewhere. And there's a news flash about Lord Deathman's uncanny demise on the radio, or maybe the TV. I don't know if that's probably the TV. 60s. What? You don't really think he's a Lord of Death, do you? Ridiculous. So they're gonna go check out his grave. What? Okay, he's dead. Yeah, so they are witnessing the burial. However, that night, is this supernatural, or is this just Batman's nightmares? Lord Deathman visits Bruce in his sleep and taunts him, I can escape the grave anytime I want, and I might just do it and kill you. And then when he wakes up, Robin comes in, Dick Grayson, and he's like, Bruce, what's wrong? I could hear all the way from my room. He's like, man, I'm having all these nightmares about Deathman. Robin says, you shouldn't obsess over it. You're right. I've got an idea. We should go on vacation. How about Jamaica? Great. Dick loves the ocean. So they go to Jamaica. It's quite exciting. There's Bruce just relaxing on the beach, having a nap. But then on the radio, there's a special broadcast, and the criminal known as Lord Deathman, previously believed to be deceased, has reappeared and murdered again. But to tell you the truth, I went back and looked. His crime was he stole the jewels and got picked up by his goon accomplices, and they murdered the guard. But he's come back to life and he's murdered somebody again. They're like, oh my God, like we gotta get back to Gotham. They change back into Batman and Robin. They take the Batcopter. So they've got a tip on the APB wire that Lord Deathman and his goons are in a hearse en route 166. So they're chasing them down, and they fly right close, and they can tell, yep, that's him, there's Lord Deathman. And he pulls out his machine gun and starts firing. Hitting. Good shot. But they've got bulletproof windows. So they lower down, and Batman jumps. Well, he wants to jump on top of the car. Look at that. He almost gets hit. He jumps on top of the car. Shake him off. And they do shake him off. Oh my goodness. He's okay. He jumps onto a wrecking ball. He's swinging around. Look at that. Crash. Oh no. Yeah, because they let loose some smoke screen or something. So, at the end of the first comic, 34 pages, mind you. Actually, let's start. So many pages like this. So 31 pages. And Batman has him in his clutches. But then once again, he thinks he's going to unmask him. That mask isn't coming off of him. He falls dead. Gasp. It's for real. His heartbeat and breathing has stopped. Could he possibly come back to life after this? He is the Lord of Death. Lord Deathman Part 2. So this time, they're gonna bury him extra deep. But that night, poor Bruce, Batman dreams again of the Lord of Death. And it's scary. When he wakes up in the morning, sleep. And so Robin suggests, hey, we got this invitation to a party from Mr. Starr, the guy from the jewelry show. So they go. Bruce is like, man, I'm tired. And he falls asleep right while he's sitting there. Dick's like, uh-oh, he's out. And then they start this presentation where the host, they've got this like magician or like type of guy. What do they call him? This guy here, they're gonna bury him and then unbury him in an hour. He's in a glass container. Bruce is like, that guy's gonna suffocate. There's not enough air in there. They're like, no, it's cool. We'll explain it when we're done. And then they pull him up and he looks dead. I was like, oh my god, they killed this guy. I haven't read this in like 10 years. 11 years. He must have suffocated. Wait. Don't rush to conclusions. Sneer. He's grinning. He's alive. So then he explains that it's a secret yoga method and that he has the ancient Hindu art of slowed yoga breathing, and it can make him appear to be dead. He can stop one's breathing and heartbeat. Secret yoga method. Then he realizes this must be what Lord Deathman has been doing. I kind of thought that maybe, like, what? Is that Lord Deathman? But it's not. So they rush out to the grave. They're digging it up. He's gone. The casket is empty, but there's a note. Batman, I offer you this coffin as a gift. LDM. And he's there waiting. It's him. And is that the end? That's the end. Talk about cliffhanger. This is it, the last chapter. Chapter 3. Batman versus Lord Deathman. A nuclear-powered car, a ray gun. He's awesome. He's strong. The champion of justice is Batman. Whether in America or Japan, he's TV's most popular star, Batman. So just before he is to be executed, Lord Deathman uses secret yoga techniques to stop his heart and breathing, simulating death. Once buried, his henchmen dig him up when the coast is cleared. So that's how he did it. And now he's determined to sentence Batman and Robin to death. And Batman and Robin are like, we're gonna get you. Like, ha ha ha. That's what he exactly says. His goons, what goons? Oh, his goons are eager to bury him. What goons? They're coming up from underneath the tombstones and they got guns. They're coming out of the graves. I don't know if they just come out there and they're shooting them. I'm hit. Falls down. Batman. Batman isn't immortal. Curse you, Lord Deathman. But then Batman gets up. What? Batman. Oh yeah. So just playing dead, eh? He knocks Lord Deathman's gun out of his hand with a stone. Jumps into the Batmobile. Robin, get in. And they start swirling, driving around the bad guys. And then Batman's like, take the wheel, Robin. And he jumps out on his rope. And he's going around, getting swung around. And then he's kicking all the goons. Look at that. Good stuff. There's a 2-page spread. But then they're like, these are all the goons. We've knocked out all the goons. Where's Lord Deathman? Ah, he's up in a helicopter. So he has a helicopter with bombs on it. Oh no, it's a bomb. And get out of the way. They boom out of the way. And they're getting chased. They're in some bad scene here. But then Robin hits the smoke screen. It gets very smoky. Dark clouds. Lord Deathman. I can't see through all this smoke. Dread it. Almost steady now. This is too dangerous. Let's get out of the smoke. Boom, 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 boom. But then he's pulling out. Lord Deathman. Power lines. I've got to try to dodge them before I... Kaboom. those powerful lines set off his bomb. So much for him. A pitiful end, even for Lord Deathman. So he exploded. But then Batman falls to the steering wheel. Batman! Oh my, you really were hit after all. It's not too bad. Just grazed my shoulder. And he used the power of righteousness to fight on. And that's it. That's Lord Deathman. So I thought that was pretty good. It was a lot of fun. The first story. And then I remembered about the Batman 66 one, so I just read that one like just a little while ago, today. And I thought, oh, this will be good because I'm a fan of the Batman 66 comics. And we'll just take a look and I'll tell you some things I thought. Well, I noticed this on the cover. Backwards. All red. That's the cover artist. Mike Allred. And I thought, oh, it's kind of neat. It did it backwards and upside down, so it kind of looks like Japanese writing. But then I saw it over here. So his gimmick was kind of, I don't know. If you're going to sign it cool like that, make people find it. Who cares? It's got a very distinct style. People can, if you know who he is, you can tell his covers, his art. His wife colors his art. Laura Allred. So, at the beginning, yeah, I like these Batman 66 comics. You know in your head what the narrator sounds like. What's this? You do it in your head. So the Penguin has his most devastating umbrella to date. And at first I didn't get it, but then the Robin saying, "Holy spirograph? I don't know what the pens need. So then they get all dizzy. Penguin's here in Gotham. He's trying to. What's he trying to do? He's trying to ship some stuff. And they're like, "Oh, what do you got going on there?" But it's just flowers. This was kind of funny. Robin is still dizzy, and he's running into things. But he figures it out yet that he's got to go to Japan. That this must be the work of Lord Deathman, because the chrysanthemums is the flower of death. And he says he's faced Lord Deathman before. Now, this is Batman 66, which takes place in 1966. This is also in 66. So you could imagine, oh, I remember facing him, even though, well, Lord Deathman was in Gotham, but whatever. So I thought, oh, wow, that's cool, Robin can't go. So he asked Batgirl, and they make a pink bat, a symbol. Fuchsia, Commissioner Gordon. I don't endorse cliched color coding by gender. And Batgirl's like, yeah, I'll go. And so that's a cool page there. And right away, I was kind of wondering what's going on. It's kind of cool. Oh, they're in their costumes. Let them fly, because they are heroes. But here comes lady. Would you like tea, coffee, or death? or I can come back later. He's like, no, I'm fine. I was like, what, did Batman not see that? I went back after to relook at this, and you can see he sees. His hand's like, oh, no, thanks. So I'm like, what's going on? So I kept that in the back of my head. Didn't seem to notice that the stewardess turned into a skull head. They get to Japan from Gotham, and Batman says that last time he was there, he commissioned a Japanese Batmobile, and this is it. Pretty cool. And they're driving, and suddenly, oh no, there's a giant boulder, and they have a sonic type ray. That was close. I don't know if Lord Deathman was waiting, or his goons were waiting to push that rock over. Oh, so there's a package they gotta get. The Penguin was sending over some suitcases, but it was just seeds for regular flowers. And Batman stuck a tracker in the suitcase, so they're following that. They come to this public garden, but the sign says the land of the dead. And then this lady, and like, are these really in there? It's like, oh, the owner of this garden likes to, I don't know, meet people. What does she say? Who she respects. So, is that why they're there? I don't know. But then they find the coffins, and in the coffins, or no, not the coffins, the bags. These are the bags. These are the trackers. Batman, Courage Batgirl. There are skeletons with Batman's cape and cowl and Robin. Because Lord Deathman thought that Robin was going not. He didn't know that Penguin's spirograph umbrella would have put Robin out of commission. And he basically says, like, yeah, no, those were just a ruse to get you here so I could kill you. Guided by Lord Deathman. And I quickly looked and I thought, oh, where's his goons? They're ninja. At first I was like, oh, these aren't the goons, but that's cool. Love me some ninjas. There's a bat fight. And like, look at this classic line. We got Batgirl. Batman, Lord Death, has an army of ninjas. How can we hope to survive? So they start bat fighting. And then some that they hit just poof into smoke. And like the posters in his first appearance that were above in the dark glowing, there were only a few ninjas and the rest were illusions. And so then there's all this smoke, and I initially thought, oh, he's gonna be okay? Is that like drugs or something? But nope, they just fall through onto some skeletons. And then there's this scene. It's scary. Then they're walking along. They're like, oh, we're stuck underground. Like, Batman's confident they'll find a way out. So they're walking along. And so there they are. There's Batgirl and Batman. Then all of a sudden, he turns around and Batgirl has become Lord Deathman. Still with the cape and cowl. I thought, okay. And he's like, I've killed Batgirl. Batman's like, what? Chasing, and within like by the fifth panel, you realize, oh no, Batgirl's alive. And look at their explanation. So they were talking, and she's like, what were you saying about defining concepts, Batman? I think I may have turned down a different tunnel. Well, they were right beside each other. I went back to look at this, too. Okay. So she didn't realize that. So I can only guess that, I don't know. A typical trope would be she would have fallen through a hole, a trap door. Lord Deathman was ready with the cape and cowl and the costume on. How he would have known that Batgirl was coming doesn't make sense because he thought it was going to be Robin. But let's continue. So then Batman finds his way out of the Death Skull Island Mountain. You won't escape, Deathman. This is kind of funny. That's Lord Deathman. I'm a Death Lord. And I shall escape, the way we all do in the end. So he throws her cape and cowl, even brings attention to it. I need both my hands here. I'm sorry, Batman. I meant to leave you with her cowl. Batman thinks that Batgirl's dead. You did it, you madman. And so now he's backing out onto this tight rope. Batman's following, and there's a snap. It's breaking. And he's taunting him. Only you can stop me. Fulfill your destiny. It's like Star Wars or something. Only I can. Only I can choose. And then he's like, get back here. The weight of them both on the rope would be enough to snap it. And this apparently is Lord Deathman's plan. But then Batgirl just comes out. Batman, I heard your voice again. Batgirl, you're alive. No, we were supposed to go together to oblivion. And Lord Deathman falls to his death. And then, Batman was saying, he was trying to make me into a killer. And it's a really abrupt ending. Listen to this. He says, I think a hallucinogen was used on me during the fight with Penguin. Lord Deathman, was trying to push me to the brink. She's like, what? Then he's like, we don't kill. So this statement, I was like, what? So I went back to the beginning, and I was like, so Batman saying he thinks somehow he got drugged from this? It's like a mistake. It would have been better to say, hey, do you remember all that smoke back here? I think I was drugged. So this was my thought process, because that would make more sense, and then this type of stuff. But saying that somehow he was drugged from this spirograph umbrella is maybe the only explanation for this. He's like, oh yeah, that's cool, skull lady. And the other funny thing is, so they solve this, they're here, and they're like, we gotta go to Japan. So they're in Gotham. It takes a while to fly to Japan. They're not taking their own supersonic bat jet. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. And he goes home. He's still all, yeah, so maybe he's not only spinning, he's drugged out. Dick Grayson, that is. But Batman can handle it until he gets delayed reaction. So this came out a year. I looked at the dates. It came out a year after they reprinted this one. But it would have been better done had they said, like, his Lord Deathman, what am I calling him, Deathman? Lord Deathman, he died in the end. And they didn't make any mention of his Hindi yoga secret breathing technique and stopping his heart and all that, but it's pretty cool. And I really enjoy these bat manga. So, thanks for taking a look at them.